Sports Medicine, especially since I've been a pro, has been a place where my game has really been able to develop in multiple facets. Injury prevention, maintenance, physical therapy, weightlifting, agility work, all the things that I need to do in order to have an NBA body. This is the place for me to go when I come back home and I need to get a workout in. Always welcome me back with open arms.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen, and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off today.
Brooks steals it, tips it away to himself. He'll go to the hoop and slam it down.
They attack, they get a great shot.
Here he comes. And Lucas Craw.
Shot hits the post, and the centering feed to Lucas for shot scores.
Rush comes. Oh, almost picked off by Ethan Hoover.
And the takedown.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
Welcome in, everybody, to the Hutzel Athletic Center for today's Crossroads League doubleheader between your University of St. Francis Lady Cougars and the Taylor University Lady Trojans. Taylor ranked number 9 in the country, St. Francis at number 18 after the latest coach's top 25 poll. Following this game, we will have the men doing battle. Coach Lacrosse and the Cougar squad taking on a tough Taylor men's team as well. We'll now read from our game day program put together by Sports Information Director Bill Scott. This Crossroads League rematch is more than a grudge match. NAIA 9th-ranked Taylor University is Crossroads League co-leading among with number 7 Marian University. New number 18 University of St. Francis is just a game behind Taylor and Marian, which makes it even bigger than a top 25 collision here at the Hutzel Athletic Center. USF lost at Taylor 72-54. Back on January the 5th, Sydney Crow led USF scoring with 14 points in the first meeting, while Emma Applegate had 12 and Lauren McBriar chipped in 9. USF's scoring leader, Kara Gurka, did not play in that game because of a medical issue. She had missed 4 games in a row. That Taylor win was its 5th consecutive win, and entering the game today, the Lady Trojans have extended their winning streak to 10 consecutive games after their 70-63 win on Wednesday night over number 7 Marion at Taylor. Kendall Bradbury led TU in scoring in that first meeting with 25 points. Becca Bukes added 17 and Abby Bukes 13, and Aubrey Wright chipped in 11 for Lady Trojans, scoring in double figures in that first meeting at Taylor. Gurka scored 23 points at Huntington University on Wednesday night. She had 16 in the second half, rising to 1,350 points in 2+ seasons. Gurka climbed to number 10 on the USF career scoring list, passing Amy Parrott, who played from 1998 to 2001, who finished with 1,346 points. Lauren McBriar added 14 points and moved past 800 with 809 for her career. Lauren McBriar did not have her best game from beyond the arc, shooting 0 of 6 at Huntington this past Wednesday, but the Lady Cougars were still able to fend off the Lady Foresters for the 66-59 victory. A good omen there when McBriar's not playing at her best. St. Francis still picking up the W. Leading the team in minutes played was Kara Gurka. She played 37 minutes and 20 seconds. McBriar was right behind her at 37 and 9 seconds. Once again, it was Kara Gurka leading the team with 23 points. She shot 8 of 13 from the field. So this game, once again, will feature Kendall Bradbury. She was first-team All-American last year. Kara Gurka was third-team All-American. Both were first-team All-Crossroads League, making up a dynamic post between the two. But with Bradbury, she's definitely more than just a post player. This year, she ranks number 10 in the country, shooting 87% from the free throw line. She's got 200 rebounds on the season, which ranks her number 20 in the country, averaging 9.1 rebounds per game. She enters today with 466 points, which is third best in the NAIA, averaging 21.2 points per game. Right behind her is Becca Bukes. Becca is just a junior guard out of Angola, Indiana. She and her sister Abby Bukes are both averaging double digits in scoring. Becca has 368 points on the year, ranked number 29 in the country, while averaging 16.7 points per game. And right behind her is Abby Bukes, averaging 12.6 points per game. But going back to Becca Bukes, she's one of the top three-point shooters in the country. With 65 three-pointers made, that ranks her number 8, averaging 3 three-pointers per game. She's shooting 48% from the field, which ranks her number 34, and 43% from beyond the arc, which ranks her number 24. She's also shooting 83% from the free throw line, which ranks her number 23 in the country. And the point guard, Aubrey Wright, has 90 assists under her belt, ranks her number 28 in NAIA, averaging 4.1 assists per game. St. Francis also has one of the top three-point shooters in NAIA. Lauren McBriar has 60 three-pointers made under her belt, ranks her number 15 in the country, averaging 2.6 three-pointers per game. Kara Gurka is shooting 55% from the field, and that ranks her number 12 in the country. Gurka's averaging 14.3 points per game, McBriar at 13.6 points per game, and Emma Applegate is averaging 12.4 points per game. So each team with 3 players averaging double-digit scoring on the season. Looking at Applegate, she also ranks number 8 in the country, shooting 87% from the free throw line. And last year, Savannah Buck was third-team All-Crossroads League. She ranks number 4 in NAIA with 125 assists under her belt, averaging 5.4 assists per game. So once again, this is an outstanding matchup on the day, probably the best matchup in the Crossroads League. We also have Goshen at Marion, advantage to the Knights. Indiana Wesleyan at Bethel, advantage to the Wildcats. Grace at Mount Vernon Naz. I like Grace to win that one on the road. And Huntington at Spring Arbor. Folks, we're going to send it down to our PA announcer, John Nolan, for the opening prayer and starting lineups.
Right now has been stopped at 26 seconds because it's estimated that a child is sold and trafficked around the world every 26 seconds. It's the goal of the women's basketball programs of Taylor University and University of St. Francis to help end trafficking. While the two teams may be competitors on the floor, we believe we can work together to raise awareness and funds to help children in need. Thank you for joining us on this special day. Could you please join us now in a moment of silence as we silently pray for those children who have been or will be affected by child trafficking. Thank you, and again, good afternoon, and welcome to the Hutzel Athletic Center on the campus of the University of St. Francis in Fort Wayne. Today we have a Crossroads League clash between visiting Taylor University Trojans from Upland, Indiana, who enter at 18-4 on the season, 9-2 in the league, and ranked 9th in the country on a 10-game winning streak against your University of St. Francis Lady Cougars. The Lady Cougars enter at 16-7 on the year. 8-3 in the league, and have won 5 in a row, ranked 18th in the nation. And at this time, we ask that you please rise and remove your caps for today's pregame prayer. Let us pray. Loving Lord, we thank you for all you have given us, and give to this day these athletes, coaches, officials, and fans. Keep us all safe today, free from harm and injury. Help us to love and respect each other and ourselves. And in the words of St. Francis, enlighten the darkness of our minds and hearts. Give us a right faith, a firm hope, and a perfect charity, so that we may always and in all things act according to your holy will. Now please remain standing for our national anthem to be performed by the Cougar Pep Band.
And there we have it, folks, the starting lineups for today's matchup. Once again, keep an eye out on number 32, Kendall Bradbury. She's in the center circle for Taylor University. That's Kara Gurka for your University of St. Francis Lady Cougars. So what a matchup, two reigning All-American players taking part in today's game. The tip-off goes to Savannah Buck and the Lady Cougars. That's Lauren McBriar as Taylor comes out in a man-to-man defense. Savannah all the way out by the timeline, working off the pick by Applegate as she sinks down to the block. It's Kara Gurka now 10 seconds on the shot clock. Nice pass to Applegate as they rotated over to Buck out of the corner. Savannah, right-handed shot, no good, rebounded by Bradbury. So Kendall Bradbury getting the first rebound of the game for Taylor. Number 22 is Lacey Garrett, a senior from Crawfordsville, Indiana for Taylor, down on the block. Garrett goes back to Bradbury. Up top, number 14, Aubrey Wright. She's the point guard for the squad. As the three-pointer is on its way by Bucks. No good. That's going to be knocked out of bounds by Taylor. One minute into the game, and we are scoreless here at the Hutzel Athletic Center. Once again, a top 25 matchup between the Lady Cougars, ranked number 18 in the country, Taylor, ranked number 9 in the country. Feed goes down low now to Gurka. Collapsing quickly was Bradbury. Nice drive, but that's knocked away by Aubrey Wright. Wright with the quick hands, trailing on the play with Buck. Three-pointer by Bradbury is no good. Entering today's action, Kendall Bradbury shooting just 27% from beyond the arc, which is not like her. Last year, she was shooting a much higher percentage during her junior year. Bradbury has that rare combination of size and outside shooting, very similar to Emma Applegate, who's in the starting lineup, just taking the pass right there for St. Francis. McBriar now with 6 seconds on the shot clock. Gurka's pass intended for Crows nearly stolen, and that's going to result in a shot clock violation turnover by St. Francis. Long three-point attempt. Just a little bit strong by Aubrey Wright. Wright entering today, shooting 40% from beyond the arc, hitting 22 of 55. Savannah Buck for three, halfway down and rims out. Savannah was 1 of 4 shooting from beyond the arc, and the Lady Cougars win at Huntington this past Wednesday. That triple try is good for Becca Bukes. So Bukes and Taylor get on the board first. 3-0 to score 3 minutes into this game. Left-handed hook shot by Emma Applegate's no good. That's rebounded by Wright. Aubrey Wright, once again a senior. She's out of Columbia City, Indiana, Columbia City High School. Crow with the defense, top of the key on Wright. Lady Cougars in a zone defense start here. It's like a 3-2 zone. Down on the block, Savannah Buck and Emma Applegate. That pass is going to be deflected out of bounds. Possession will stay with Taylor with 3 seconds remaining on the shot clock. With the inbounds pass will be Becca Bucks. Becca is the three-point shooter for Taylor as a steal by Lauren McBriar. McBriar now driving from the wing. She's going to be fouled and will head to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Foul goes against number 40. Happy Bucks, that'll be her first, team's first. As Lady Cougars look to get on the board with Lauren McBriar, who hits her first free throw. Entering today, Lauren is shooting 83% from the free throw line, hitting 56 of 68. Sinks them both to pull St. Francis to within 1. Garrett over to right, back to Bucks. Slaps it on Becca, that was Savannah Buck. Gurka all the way out in the perimeter on Abby Bucks. Feed down low, Becca Bucks. Good defense by Emma Applegate. And getting the hand on it was Kara Gurka coming up with the steal. Approaching 5 minutes here in the first quarter. Buck on the far wing. Three-point attempt, Gurka, top of the key, rims in. The Lady Cougars take the lead, 5-3 after the Gurka three-pointer. Good way of getting started here for St. Francis and the Lady Cougs. Always a good sign when Gurka's hitting her three-pointers. Becca Bucks on the other end, drains it. I'll give Taylor back the lead at 6-5. Big time matchup here. Your Lady Cougars need to get a win here in the next 3 matchups. St. Francis wants to keep their national tournament hopes alive. Dejanay Hinton going to check into the game along with Whitney Will as Applegate and Crow leave the floor. Next 3 games for St. Francis, once again, very important. We have Taylor. We're at Indiana Wesleyan on Wednesday, and then back here on Saturday to take on Marion, ranked number 7 in the country. You win 1 out of 3 of those games and win your last 4 games, you are in really good shape with just 9 overall losses and finishing in the top 4 in the Crossroads League. Loose ball on the floor picked up by Becca Bucks. Bradbury now with the catch and dribble drive. Fade away, strong off glass. That's rebounded by Gurka. Kara Gurka in her first game back. That was here at the Hut against Goshen, and she was just dominant. I believe she just missed on a triple-double that day with 9 rebounds. Hinton on the far wing. Dejanay Hinton been doing a good job of ball handling and driving to the cup for head coach Jason Ridge. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Buck down low, has to get a shot off, and that was Becca Bucks from behind, deflecting that shot. Another shot clock violation, the second in this game for St. Francis. For Taylor, Bradbury's the only returning player that was named All Crossroads League a year ago, but it definitely looks like Becca Bucks is certainly vying for the honor this year. Foul's going to be called against number 20, Savannah Buck, her first and the team's first. Left-hand dribble drive, switches to the right. Lay-in is good for Lacey Garrett. Will down low on the block. Feed goes right through her hands. She tracks it for a backcourt violation. Taylor still up in this game, 8-5. The Cougars few too many turnovers than they would like here in the first quarter, but still within 3 points, as Savannah Buck is going to take a breather. McBriar, Hinton, Will, Crow, and Gurka on the floor. It's Abby Bukes. Bucks out of the corner. Becca just inside the arc. Right hand take straight to the cup. Strong off glass. Rebounded by Crow. It's Dejanay with the right hand drive. Nice step through, had it ripped away. I believe that was Becca Bucks on the defense. Aubrey Wright now on the near wing. Lady Cougars are not allowing Taylor to work that ball inside with this zone defense. But a nice find to a dart into Abby Bukes as she's fouled. We'll head to the free throw line looking for the and one as Shayna Temple is going to check in for St. Francis. Foul goes on Hinton as she will be subbed out in as Temple. Lady Cougars now with 2 fouls here in the first quarter. The and one is good. Entering today's game, Abby Buck shooting 90% from the free throw line. Rarely does she miss. Good trap on Lauren McBriar. Temple driving from out of the corner. Attempted pass was stolen by Aubrey Wright. In transition, Crow's going to be called with the foul. She just ran up a little too fast on Wright. Bucket is good for Taylor as they extend their lead to 13-5. With the make, that was Bradbury, her first 2 points of the game. All of the starters have scored for Taylor except for Aubrey Wright. Up top, Becca Bukes. Over to Abby. Angola High School out of Angola, Indiana. A great area in northeast Indiana, a lot of nice lakes. But that Angola program currently ranked in the top 20 in Class 3A. They do a very, very good job, basketball and football alike, up in Angola. Obviously, the Buck sisters have made a home here at Taylor, playing under Coach Jody Martinez, who's in his 2nd season with the squad, and he's made a huge difference as charging is going to be called on Taylor. Inside 2 minutes, 13-5, Taylor on top. Once again, nice steal by Shayna Temple, getting a left hand there in the passing lane. Now in transition, Whitney Will fighting through the contact for her first 2 points of the game. Whitney Will getting better and better with every single game as the long three-pointer is good by Wright. Taylor University, once again, winners of 10 straight. The last one against St. Francis was their 5th in a row. Another nice find, Whitney Will filling it up here in the first quarter. She's now the team's leading scorer with 4 points. Leading all scorers, Becca Bucks has got 6. All of those coming from beyond the arc. Shayna Temple once again with quick hands. Bradbury, skip pass, goes over to Bucks. Another skip pass over to Abby for 3. It's good. Between Abby and Becca, both of them now with 6 points in this game. Not a bad combo to have on your squad if you're Coach Martinez. It's right with the defense on Buck as she's going to settle for the last shot all the way out by the timeline. 6 seconds remaining. Go with the ball fake. Now the drive splits defenders. And coming down with the rebound will be Buck, so that'll do it for the first quarter. Taylor up 19-9. We'll be right back with you. More basketball action here from the Hutzel Athletic Center.
Restriction training is a new treatment technique we're using at Parkview Sports Medicine that helps us stay on the cutting edge. This type of training is not only new to Parkview Sports Medicine, but in physical therapy as a whole. And it's really gaining popularity because it solves one of the fundamental problems that we see in therapy. We have a lot of patients who we can't put a lot of stress through their injured tissue, but we still want them to get stronger and still want them to gain muscle size. Blood flow restriction training uses a specialized piece of equipment, a blood flow restriction cuff that fits around the upper portion of an arm or a leg. Doing that, then it partially restricts, but not totally occludes the blood flow going to the limb.
I thought it was gonna hurt, and it does kind of feel weird, but doesn't hurt or anything. I just didn't really know what to expect. Well, you put it on and then you have to lay down and let it calibrate, and it like gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And then after that, get in your position to do your workout and then press the inflate button and it'll squeeze your leg or your arm.
What the research is telling us about training with blood flow restriction is that the buildup of the lactic acid and the metabolic stress that we're putting on these tissues helps you gain strength and muscle size, similar to that of training at high intensity.
Compared to like a normal workout, the burn comes like within the 3rd rep, and then the 30-second break in between, there's no like recovery. I can see the difference and feel the difference. It feels a lot more effective than just.
Welcome back to the Hut. That was Kendall Bradbury with the inbounds pass. Her team up 19-9 here in the second quarter. Feed goes down low. What a nice pass by number 10, Lauren James. Missing on the bunny for Taylor was number 12, Haley Stratton. Stratman is a junior, 5'11", out of New Pal. As Temple's going to check out of the game for St. Francis. Emma Applegate in now for the Lady Cougs. Applegate, Buck, McBriar, Gurka, and Crow. Crow looking down low for Kara Gurka. Going to be hard to score down in the low post with Bradbury, man in the position. Good long rebound by Lauren James, just a sophomore guard out of Seymour, Indiana. You can tell she spent some time in the gym. She and Aubrey Wright, that's a potent combination there at point guard for Taylor. This 10-game win streak started with the win against Spring Arbor as Bradbury hits the baseline J. Kendall now with 4 points in this game. Their last loss came against Marion, and that was 73-66 in overtime. Most recently coming off a big win against Marion. For Taylor, the three-pointer is good for Savannah Buck. Buck's first three-pointer of the game. She now has 3 points. At home, Taylor beating Marion 70-63 this past Saturday. Other losses came to Southeastern out of Florida and a wild one against Bethel. Not sure how they lost that game, but 61-57, that was a home loss for them as well. Floater in the lane by Bradbury, falls in. Even when she's knocked to the ground, the shots are still falling for Kendall Bradbury. Long three-pointer by Emma Applegate, no good, and nearly coming up with the rebound was Lauren James. James entering today has 23 assists under her belt and 12 steals. She shoots 83% from the free throw line and 41% from the field. As catch and shoot by Applegate halfway down, rims out. Aubrey Wright with the rebound. Wright, the floor general, does not spend much time on Coach Martinez's bench. My name is Jeff Mahoney, bringing you today's play-by-play. We have Josie Murphy on camera. Lucy Wainwright also helping, as that's another three-pointer good by Taylor. 26-12. Folks, if you're wondering, Taylor on the season shoots 36% from beyond the arc, which ranks him number 11 in the country. That one by McGuire rims out. There's been a lid on the cup for St. Francis as Gurka comes up the loose ball, but a jump ball is going to be called. Possession arrow in favor of St. Francis. Buck now to inbound it. Wright had her back to the inbounder, then turned around. As Applegate, they're going to call a charge on Emma Applegate. Shana Temple set to check back in for Applegate. Played minimal minutes there in the first quarter, but made the most of them with 2 steals. One of those leading to a transition bucket by Whitney Will. Wright being pressed in the backcourt there. Evades for Taylor. Takes the fine from Bucks. Becca Bucks out of the corner calling for it. You can tell she's a shooter. Nice darting. That's Abby Bucks with the assist by Kendall Bradman. Outstanding work. Three-pointer by Gurka. Knocks it down. Gurka now with 6 points in this game. Once again, Lady Cougars looking for the trap there at half court. A runner by Bradbury falls in. Taylor just pouring it on now, up by 15. 30-15. They can fill it up, folks. They rank number 21 in the country, averaging 76.4 points per game, while holding teams such as 61.5 points per game. That's a scoring margin of 14.9. Obviously one of the best in the country. They rank number 14 with that scoring margin. 30-15, 6:27 left to play. Sydney Crow. Number 24 for Taylor is Sydney Huffman, a junior guard from Franklin Central High School out of Indianapolis. Long three-pointer. Savannah Buck off the heel. Tip out by Temple. They're going to call a foul on number 2 with the push. So that'll be her first, team second, each team with 2 fouls. Nice find down low, Bradbury after the steal by Becca Bucks. Folks, you're listening to the Cougar Marching Pride. I do apologize for having some internet issues here at the hut, trying to get the live stats up for you. So we currently do not have those, but after the first quarter, Taylor was shooting 70% from the field, 71% from three-point land, hitting 5 of 7 three-pointers. St. Francis shooting 42% from the field, 3 of 6 from beyond the arc for the Lady Cougars. Balanced scoring for each squad. Again, Kara Gurka leading St. Francis with 6 points. Abby Bucks and Kendall Bradbury with 8 points for Taylor. Your score is 32-15, Lady Trojans. Savannah, nice find down low to Kara Gurka. St. Francis going to need a big day from Gurka. keep up with these Lady Trojans, one of the hottest teams in the country, currently ranked number 9. Indiana Wesleyan's ranked number 19, and Huntington University receiving votes at number 33. Once again, St. Francis just a great performance against Huntington. Took a while for the Lady Cougars to really get hot, but once they did, nothing the Lady Foresters could do. As Aubrey Wright comes up with another steal, very impressed with the defensive play of Taylor. They've already forced St. Francis into 2 shot clock violations, as the triple is good for number 10, Lauren James. Once again, entering today's action, James averaging 4.5 points per game while shooting 36% from beyond the arc. That one good by Lauren McBriar. Once McBriar starts feeling it from three-point land, that's when the Cougars start swiping away a 15-point deficit. Three-pointer, James looking for 2 in a row, no good. And no foul called on Bradbury. It looked like she was over the back on Buck going after that one. Possession will go to St. Francis. It'll be Whitney Will with the inbound pass. Bradbury also had 3 rebounds in that first quarter to lead all players on the floor. Buck and Wright, great matchup here to the top point guards in the Crossroads League and the country as it pertains to assists. Nice strong take, Savannah Buck. As it falls, she'll look to the free throw line for the and one. Now 5 points for Savannah Buck. To the starters back in for Taylor. Abby Bucks and Lacey Garrett. Savannah Buck entering today, a 88% free throw shooter, drains it. Lady Cougars do a great job from the charity stripe, hitting 76% of their shots as a team, ranks them number 13 in the country. Of course, Taylor is hitting 81% of theirs, ranked number 2 in NAIA Division II. Nice drop pass to Kendall Bradbury. That was Becca Bucks with the assist. Every player on Taylor doing a great job of passing and setting their own teammates up. McBriar looking for 2 in a row, no good. Abby Bucks with the rebound. Bringing it up is Lacey Garrett. Garrett currently with 2 points in this game. That one halfway down, rims out. Rebounded by McBriar. Savannah in between the rings finds Crow. Crow's another player for St. Francis that once she gets hot can put up a lot of buckets from beyond the arc. Will trap down low, skip pass, good ball rotation over to Crow in the corner for 3. Exactly what St. Francis needed was Sydney Crow. Her first 3-pointer of the game. McBriar already with a 3-point make. Savannah Buck and Sydney Crow. Lady Cougars trying to keep up with this hot shooting from Taylor. Three-pointer by Bradbury, and she's going to be fouled. Interesting foul there as Savannah Buck was just walking by. Looks like she might have caught the leg of Bradbury. They're going to call that one after the shot. Once again, just a really interesting play there. Some incidental contact there, but it's going to lead to another possession here for Taylor. Bradbury ball fake. 16-footer is good. She now has 14. Entering today, averaging 21.2. Only 3 other players in the country average more points per game than Kendall Bradbury. She's arguably one of the best players to ever play in this conference, as that shot was blocked. Lacey Garrett with the defense on McBriar. Now to the corner, Bucks. Becca Bucks cannot hit. Nice rebound by Aubrey Wright. Just flat out hustling the Lady Cougars on that board. Score is 39-26. Abby Bucks being guarded by Will. Lady Cougars have switched to a man-to-man defense here. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Abby Bucks, runner, no good from the baseline, and they're going to call a shot clock violation there. Two intense teams here enforcing their will on the defensive end. That being said, Taylor has already nearly hit 40 points. 1:18 remaining in the second quarter. Lady Cougars entering today averaging 70.5 points per game, ranks them number 43 in the country, while giving up only 61.6, which ranks them number 30th in the country. Whitney Wills three-pointer. Rebounded by Bradbury. Leave to Kendall. Trailing on the play. Nice near steal by McBride. Garrett near the timeline. Lacey Garrett out of Crawfordsville, Indiana. Bradbury all alone for three. Closing quickly was Gurka. And that's a rebound by Hinton. Hinton has it knocked away. Loose ball nearly picked up by Wright as Hinton is able to corral it for St. Francis. McBriar, we have 3-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Garrett all the way out with the defense. Will sinks down to the block. Hinton here on the near wing. Crow looks up at the clock. Three-pointer. Looked like that one was nearly tipped. Off the heel, no good. And Bucks comes up with the board right at the buzzer. Three-quarter shot is no good. We'll head into the break. Taylor up 39-26. We'll be right back with more Lady Cougar basketball here from the Hutzel Athletic Center.
Everything that I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
The Chapel Project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus. It's on Mir.
Folks, we're going to send it down. This is Aaron Brown to talk about Destiny Rescue Riders.
In 2018, we raised $1,000
I do can have an impact on somebody else.
You can dream any dream and you can chase any dream and you can have a chance to succeed at that dream.
We're here just a speck of time.
Given the opportunities to be selfless.
That's what God does with us.
Not forgetting how you got here and who helped you along the way.
What are you doing for others?
Those to whom much has been given, much is expected.
The chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year, new equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit summitcitysports.com.
Parkview Sports Medicine is an integrated sports medicine team. We're treating injuries when and where they happen and working to prevent them before they do. We believe the best care is coordinated care, helping ensure you get the individualized services you need every step of the way, offering innovative treatment techniques to get you or the athlete you love back in play. Reaching higher, pushing further. Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. You know, they just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Blood flow restriction training is a new treatment technique we're using at Parkview Sports Medicine that helps us stay on the cutting edge. This type of training is not only new to Parkview Sports Medicine, but in physical therapy as a whole. And it's really gaining popularity because it solves one of the fundamental problems that we see in therapy. We have a lot of patients who we can't put a lot of stress through their injured tissue, but we still want them to get stronger and still want them to gain muscle size. Blood flow restriction training uses a specialized piece of equipment, a blood flow restriction cuff that fits around the upper portion of an arm or a leg. Doing that, then it partially restricts, but not totally occludes the blood flow going to the limb.
I thought it was gonna hurt, and it does kind of feel weird, but doesn't hurt or anything. I just didn't really know what to expect. Well, you put it on and then you have to lay down and let it calibrate, and it like gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And then after that, get in your position to do your workout, and then press the inflate button and it'll squeeze your leg or your arm.
What the research is telling us about training with blood flow restriction is that the buildup of the lactic acid and the metabolic stress that we're putting on these tissues helps you gain strength and muscle size, similar to that of training at high intensity.
Compared to like a normal workout, the burn comes like within the third rep, and then the 30-second break in between, there's no like recovery. I can see the difference and feel the difference. It feels a lot more effective than just doing normal exercises.
Blood flow restriction training is the perfect tool to solve that fundamental problem. But this is something that you don't see everywhere, and you don't see very many places in Indiana at all.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
My grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off. Welcome back, everybody, to the Hutzel Athletic Center. For a while, they just brought in a new possession arrow indicator at the scorers table. So here at the Hut, we got a brand new possession arrow at the scorers table. Things are looking up here at St. Francis. Lady Cougars are down 39-26 against number 9 ranked Taylor University. Reigning All-American Kendall Bradbury leading all scorers with 14 points and 5 rebounds. Aubrey Wright had 6 points and 3 rebounds. She also had 1 assist. 2 points for Lacey Garrett in a rebound. 8 points for Abby Bucks. She had 1 board and 2 assists. Becca Bucks had 6 points, 3 assists, which is a team high. And Lauren James had 3 points, 1 assist for Taylor, which shot 59% from the field on 16 of 27 shooting, 46% from beyond the arc on 6 of 13 shooting, and a perfect 1 of 1 from the free throw line. Sydney Crow had 3 points for St. Francis. Lauren McBride with 5 points and 2 rebounds. Kara Gurka had a team-high 8 points, 1 board. Emma Applegate with 2 rebounds to lead St. Francis. She did not score in the first half. Savannah Buck with 6 points and had a game-high 5 assists, playing 17 minutes in the first half. And Whitney Will had 4 points in 11 minutes played for USF. Lady Cougars shooting 43% from the field, 39% from three-point land, and a perfect 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Today's officials are Kyle Stackhouse, Sean Westman, and Brett Barnes. In this game, folks, we'll take one more break. We're just moments away from the second half here from the Hutzel Athletic Center.
Restriction training is a new treatment technique we're using at Parkview Sports Medicine that helps us stay on the cutting edge. This type of training is not only new to Parkview Sports Medicine, but in physical therapy as a whole. And it's really gaining popularity because it solves one of the fundamental problems that we see in therapy, We have a lot of patients who we can't put a lot of stress through their injured tissue, but we still want them to get stronger and still want them to gain muscle size. Blood flow restriction training uses a specialized piece of equipment, a blood flow restriction cuff that fits around the upper portion of an arm or a leg. Doing that, then it partially restricts, but not totally occludes the blood flow going to the limb.
I thought it was gonna hurt, and it does kind of feel weird, but doesn't hurt or anything. I just didn't really know what to expect. Well, you put it on and then you have to lay down and let it calibrate, and it like gets tighter and tighter and tighter. And then after that, get in your position to do your workout and then press the inflate button and it'll squeeze your leg or your arm.
What the research is telling us about training with blood flow restriction is that the buildup of the lactic acid and the metabolic stress that we're putting on these tissues helps you gain strength and muscle size, similar to that of training at high intensity.
Compared to like a normal workout, the burn comes like within the third rep, and then the 30-second break in between, there's no like recovery. I can see the difference and feel the difference. It feels a lot more effective than just doing normal exercises.
Blood flow restriction training is the perfect tool to solve that fundamental problem. But this is something that you don't see everywhere, and you don't see very many places in Indiana at all.
Parkview Sports Medicine. Game on.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
Welcome back to the Hutzel Athletic Center. Getting ready to start the second half. Once again, today is Blackout Slavery on Destiny Rescue Night. Crossroads League women's basketball teams are partnering with Destiny Rescue to create awareness about child sex trafficking and to raise funds to rescue children who are sexually exploited. Our goal is to rescue at least one child by raising $1,500 during the event. Lady Cougars coming up with the ball to start the second half. And folks, we do have the live stats up for you. You can go to daxstats.com and follow the live stats as well as watch the game. Crow left-hand dribble drive straight to the cup. Good start to the second half for Sydney Crow. And now Savannah Buck comes up with the steal. Savannah with a game-high 5 assists there in the first half. Getting an extra possession for her team. Once again, my name is Jeff Mahoney, and on camera now we have Lucy Wainwright sharing duties with Josie Murphy. Buck to inbound. It finds Emma Applegate looking for her first 3 points of the game. 3 big ones for Emma Applegate. Exactly what St. Francis needed to get started. A hot start to the second half. Crow with the drive to the cup, and Emma Applegate draining the wide open three-pointer here on the near wing. That's Bradbury's skip pass. Out to Aubrey Wright. Wright being guarded by Will tightly. Her pass inside looked intended for Abby Bukes. Results in a turnover. Now Crow out of the corner. Buck sisters each getting the start here in the second half. We got both starting lineups on the floor right now for St. Francis. McGuire finds Crow out of the corner. Once again, driving to the cup. She's walled off and will be fouled by Abby Bucks. For Abby, that'll be her third. Team's first. St. Francis pulling to within 8. Cougars were down 19-9 after the first quarter. Is that bucket's good as well? Lauren McGuire now at 7 points, just 1 point behind Gurkha for a team high. Lady Cougars coming out with some tough defense here to start the second half. Now only down by 6. St. Francis in the second quarter was outscored 20-17. That time, the offensive foul going against Kendall Bradbury. That'll be her first, team's second. Couldn't have asked for a better start here at the hut. Savannah over the timeline. Gurkha walled off by Bradbury. Buck left all alone. Set up for the shot. Good recovery D by Audrey Wright. A little hesitation dribble, could not hit on the layup, but now Buck going to be called with the foul. Savannah, that'll be her third. Team's first. With the inbounds pass, Abby Bucks. Taylor with using 4 players to bring it up. Bradbury will roam in the baseline. Lisa Garrett's pass. Bradbury, what a beautiful move there, looking for the foul as well. McBriar Garrett suffocating on the defense and traveling, going to be called against Emma Applegate. 3 minutes into the second half, St. Francis itching away at this lead. 41-33, currently your score. Garrett had 2 points there in the first half for Taylor. Hands it off over to Abby Bukes. Picks up her dribble. She's going to have to get rid of it. 5-second violation there. Another turnover. Taylor, the start of the second half has not been exactly what the Lady Trojans have been looking for. Looking ahead for Taylor, after tonight, they will host Huntington, then be on the road for Spring Arbor, then host Indiana Wesleyan. So their toughest game remaining on the 2018-19 season is a game at home against Indiana Wesleyan. St. Francis will travel to Wesleyan, then host Marion. There's another deep three-pointer. Applegate's second three-pointer of the game. She had 0 points in the first half, now with 6. Garrett over the timeline. St. Francis only down by 5 now, 41-36. Becca Bucks pops out, easy layup. That's her 8th point. Ties her with her sister Abby. Crow out of the corner. What a great start to the third quarter for Sydney Crow. 3-point attempt by Gurkha, reigns it home. Lady Cougars pulled it within 4. Big three-pointer there for Gurkha. As the Hut starting to come alive here. Crow with the defense on Garrett. Man-to-man here for the Lady Cougars as both Hinton and Emma Applegate on Bradbury. She still slips the defenders. Bradbury now with 18. She can single-handedly take a game over. Near steal there by Becca Bucks. Hinton with the dribble drive, has it knocked away from behind. Aubrey Wright has quick hands. Wright entering today with 31 steals under her belt. Only Savannah Buck has more in this game. Buck entering today with 36 steals. Turnaround jumper. That one no good by Bradbury. Garrett doing a great job of the save. Her momentum took her away from the ball on the rebound. She put on the brakes and tipped it back to her teammate. Becca's going to be fouled. I believe it's going to go against McBriar. No, it goes against Emma Applegate. Applegate's going to check out. Into the game will be Whitney Will. Taylor still shooting 61% from the field. St. Francis now at 52%. These two teams knowing how to fill it up. We got a full timeout going to be called by Coach Jason Ridge. We'll be right back with you with more Lady Cougar basketball here from the Hut.
Catholic University must have a passion for truth, and we trust in both the power of faith and the power of reason. Both come from God. May God bless this university as it continues to pursue truth on the wings of faith and reason.
It may be winter, but it's never too early to start thinking about spring. Start your new year sharp and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Fair prices, superior quality, and exceptional customer service. Schedule your spring special appointment today. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Give your home the curb appeal it deserves. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com, request your virtual quote, and use the code Summit City for 15% off today. Welcome back, everybody. This is game number 1 of our doubleheader, the women's game. It features 2 nationally ranked teams, University of St. Francis, number 18 in the country, and Taylor University at number 9 in NAIA Division II basketball. Taylor, once again, another turnover here in the third quarter. That's a steal by Dejanay Hinton. Abby Bucks with the defense on Hinton. Gurka now from the elbow. One dribble. Pass goes out to Hinton for 3. Everybody filling it up for three-point land for St. Francis. Huge triple. Lady Cougars now only down by 3. McBriar tightly on right. This is exactly the W that St. Francis needs as they're set to head to Indiana Wesleyan on Wednesday before hosting Marion on Saturday. All these teams are nationally ranked. This is the gauntlet for Coach Jason Ridge, who's in his 4th season with St. Francis. McBriar's three-pointer. Pull up, that's rebounded by Abby Bucks. That's right, currently sitting with 6 points. Bradbury's got the game high at 18. Gurka's got a team high for St. Francis with 11. Nice strong take, Abby Bucks. 47 to 42, Bucks now with 10. He's the second player for Taylor to reach double-digit scoring. Look at Wright anticipate. She was a terror there in the first half with the steals on the defensive end. Gurka could not finish on the bunny. Aubrey Wright had 2 steals in the first half. Lob pass down low. Look at Kendall Bradbury go up and grab it. She is fouled. We'll head to the free throw line looking for the and one. In football, you call that high point in the ball. And she went up and got that ball at its highest point. There's not much more you can do on the defensive end there for St. Francis. Bradbury just that good. Kendall is 0 of 4 from beyond the arc. This is her first trip to the free throw line, and it's good. Once again, entering today, she's shooting 87% from the charity stripe, which ranks her number 10 in the country. It's Kendall Bradbury, her team back up by 8. Whitney Will comes up with, we got a timeout. It's going to be taken by Coach Ridge. This time it's a 30-second timeout. I'm going to update. Taylor currently has 4 timeouts left in this game. Once again, though, what a start to the second half. It's been Sydney Crow and Emma Applegate igniting things for the Lady Cougars. Bradbury closing in. Applegate reigns at home. She was held scoreless in the first half, now at 6. A lot of Lady Cougars been filling it up from three-point land. How about Kara Gurka with the second three-pointer in the game? Boom. Short stroke there by Kara Gurka. Ranks number 10 all-time Lady Cougar career scoring. Kara entering today 1,350 points. That one too strong. Bradbury with another rebound. Kendall Bradbury now with 7 boards in this game. Skip pass. Right. Nice extra pass over there to Bucks, and that's the second foul by Savannah Buck. on a player shooting a three-pointer. Buck going to head to the bench with 4 fouls. Team has 4. Becca Buck's entering today an 83% free throw shooter. Here she gets to shoot 3 of them. First one's good. Crow going to check back in for St. Francis. Bucks trying to hit all 3 and does. Taylor now back up by 11. St. Francis had pulled to within 3. Hinton grabs a lob ball. Dejanay right hand, walled off by Wright. Gurka looking for a second three-pointer off the frame. That one's no good. Becca Bucks with the board. Top of the key. That's number 20, Jamie Netzley. Netzley did not see any action there in the first half. Abby Bucks, should say, did not score in the first half. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Left hand, no good by Bradbury. Kendall Bradbury, earlier this year on January the 9th, scored 32 points against Wesleyan, which was her game high. Last year, she had 41 against Olivet Naz, which was a game high for her sophomore year. 33 against Judson. And her freshman year, 39 against Grace. So obviously Bradbury is somebody that knows how to fill the cup. Last year during her junior year, she had 7 rankings. This year with 6. Lauren McBriar called with the foul right now at the free throw line. First one is good. Whitney Will going to check in for Gurka. Aubrey Wright, an 80% free throw shooter, knocks both of those down. 55-42 is your score. The Cougars, their scoring onslaught to start this quarter started with Crow. Crow gets the offensive rebound. Good defense there by Taylor, keeping Crow from driving to the bucket. Another offensive board for Crow. Crow with some inspiring play here in the third for Coach Ridge. Applegate, left hand dribble drive. Strong off glass. Another offensive board, that one by Will. Lady Cougars inching closer to the rebounding battle here. They're being out-rebounded 18-13. Now it's 18-15. And a foul going to go against Taylor. So for Aubrey Wright, that'll be her second, the team's third. First one by Dejanay is good. St. Francis now as a team is 4 of 4 from the charity stripe in this game. Dejanay, a 79% free throw shooter on the season, hitting 23 of 29. So doing exactly what she does there, pulling St. Francis to within 11, 55-44. No problem there for Netzley. Three-pointer, no good. So that will do it for the third quarter. St. Francis down 55-44 against number 9 ranked Taylor University. We'll be right back with more Lady Cougar basketball here from the Hutzel Athletic Center.
Grandpa taught me years ago, do business with people you know and who know you. That's why I joined Fort Financial Credit Union. Their staff knows I'm busy at college. They set me up with a checking account, a debit card, and an auto loan. With the Fort's mobile app, I can check balances, transfer money, and make my car payment. My grandparents loved doing business with the Fort, and I do too. My future, my family, my Fort.
The Chapel project is the most important building that has ever been built or ever will be built on this campus. It's in the heart of the campus, it's on Mirror Lake, and the chapel and the Bass Mansion will be able to communicate with each other architecturally.
Welcome back to the Hut. We're about ready to start the fourth quarter. Taylor leads it 44-55. The possession will go to St. Francis here to start the fourth quarter. Lady Cougars winning the third quarter 18-16, but still trail it by 11. St. Francis shooting 43% from the field, 43% from three-point, and 100% from the free throw line, 5 of 5. Taylor shooting 58% from the field, 40% from three-point, and a perfect 7 of 7 from the free throw line. Taylor out-rebounding St. Francis 18-16. Lady Cougars have the edge in assists at 11-10. And in steals, 7-6. Gurka with the right hand, just left short. That was Becca Bucks with the rebound. Bucks working that ball away from Whitney Will down the block. Wright picks up her dribble. Abby Bucks being guarded by Crow. Lady Cougars staying with this man. Lauren McBriar with the defense on Bradbury. Kendall down low. Dejanay Hinton with the help D. There's not a whole lot you can do against Kendall Bradbury, now with 23 points. Remember, her high on the season is 31. Her career high is 41. 41 against Olivet Naz, and if you've ever seen Olivet Naz play women's basketball, oh man. They sub in 5 at a time. It's the Grinnell system. Nice find down to Bradbury as she's having a day here at the Hut. They sub in 5 out about every 2.5 minutes. Their games, they usually average over 100 points scoring per game. It's pretty wild. Hinton for 3, looking for number 2, cannot hit it. That's tracked down by Bradbury. Coach Martinez telling Taylor to slow it up. Wants a slower pace to this game. Bradbury's been having her way down in the low post that time, the moving pick. Bradbury's going to go the opposite way of her pick. It's the left-hander's no good, rebounded by Hinton. That's how Kendall Bradbury has the go light, and rightfully so. Tie ball, possession arrow is in favor of Taylor. Bradbury's going to lead the game. Subbing in for her is Haley Stratman. Stratman 1 foul, 0 points so far in this game. Stratton, top of the key. Lob goes down to Becca Bucks, and a foul going to be called on Applegate. Did a good job on the block. Thought she's going to have a block. They're going to call her with the body. Bucks heading back to the free throw line. She's a perfect 3 of 3 in this game. Taylor a perfect 7 of 7. No free throw misses in this game so far. Bradbury's going to check back in. Coach Martinez had seen enough. Says, all right, your 30-second break is over. Second one good as well, 61-44. Bucks now with 13, the second leading scorer for Taylor. second leading scorer in this game. Gurkha leading St. Francis with 11. Gurkha out of the corner, three-pointer, halfway down, rims out. Nearly got her own rebound. Shayna Temple helped her out. Now Applegate was looking for number 3 of the half. Go the other way with Taylor. Taylor dominating in the paint. 30 points in the paint for Taylor, just 12 for St. Francis. Deep three-pointer for Aubrey Riley. That'll extend Taylor's lead to 20 points with 7 minutes remaining in the game. Remember, folks, next Wednesday at Indiana Wesleyan is going to be a big one here for the Lady Cougs. Now, certainly, St. Francis could lose tonight, Wednesday, and Saturday and still make the national tournament. If they lost all 3 of those games but won all the rest, we got a jump ball possession to St. Francis. If St. Francis were to lose the next 3 games and then win out, the final games of the season for the Lady Cougars against Grace, Goshen, Bethel, Mount Vernon, Nass, St. Francis' final record would be 20-10, 12-6 in the CL. Boy, that is as close as it gets to whether or not they're going to throw you into that national tournament. Now, obviously, Lady Cougars can win the Crossroads League tournament and get an automatic invitation there. St. Francis will, in my estimation, will be hosting a first-round Crossroads League game. Live pass into Gurkha. It's really looking like Taylor will be hosting a semifinal match with Marion to Temple off glass. 64-46. Shannon nearly lost her pivot foot there, but got the shot off in time. And that's going to be a foul called on Lauren McBriar's Jamie Netzley. She's out of South Elgin, Illinois, went to the Wheaton Academy. McBriar, that'll be her second, team second. Back to a 20-point advantage. Taylor with just 2 conference losses. Their only real tough conference game left is Indiana Wesleyan. Taylor remains perfect from the free throw line, now hitting 10 of 10. Coach Martinez always had good shooting teams as Gurkha finishes down low. Huntington is currently in 5th place. So like I said, St. Francis, look for the Lady Cougars to host a first-round Crossroads League tournament game. And if the Crossroads League tournament were to start today, St. Francis would host Grace. Now, Grace is a tough team. The Lady Cougars were able to take down the Lancers at their place, 64-62. Bradbury, she's so fast on the block. Gets her shot up. That's going to be a timeout taken by Coach Jason Ridge, a 30-second timeout. St. Francis at its best there in the 3rd quarter. This is a 3-pointer by Dejanay Hinton that brought the Lady Cougars to within 3. St. Francis has scored 6 points since that moment, while Taylor has scored 24. So 24-6 run being put on by these Lady Trojans. Coach Martinez was at Bethel. That was his last NAIA stop before coming to Taylor. He was like, wow, who's Kendall Bradbury? She's pretty good. Oh, Taylor's got an opening. I'll take that job. Yeah, smart move by Coach Martinez. He was at the University of Illinois, I believe, before Taylor, and was at Southeastern University, I believe, down in Florida before that. And before that, he was at Bethel. He had left Bethel, I heard, because of some athletic budget cuts, and their team has just never been the same. Martinez had Bethel at the national tournament, and that's Savannah Buck hitting the triple. Savannah now with 9 points. Savannah now comes up with the steal. That one knocked away by Bradbury. Now the pass goes up to Bradbury. Uncontested lay-in. Of course, Bradbury goes, what the heck was that? She has hit so many tough shots on the block that when she's wide open, she misses. Can't help but laugh because she's that good of a player. Once again, I certainly believe that if you had an all-time, all-Crossroads League team, Kendall Bradbury would be a starter on that team. And that's just from my 9 years of doing broadcasting up here in the booth. Of course, Brooke Ridley from St. Francis could put Skylar Shern on that starting lineup as well. I've never seen a faster player in the NAIA than Skylar Shern. The NAIA Player of the Year in 2014. Foul goes against Applegate. That's not right. Goes against Kara Gurka. Her second, team's fourth. Gabby Bucks now at the line. Shoot a pair. First one's good. (70-51) your score. Second one, no good. For Taylor, I can't think of another player outside of Bradbury that could be on that team. Turnover by the Lady Cougars. Before St. Francis, I'd put Brooke Ridley on that squad. Brooke Ridley is the Crossroads League all-time leader in block shots. Brooke is a 3-time All-American here at St. Francis. Helped lead the Cougars to the undefeated national championship season in 2014. And I'm sure there's a bunch of other players in the 2000s that you could put on the squad as well. Foul goes against Bradbury, her second, team's first. Temple at the free throw line for St. Francis. We got some young hecklers in the stands. Yelling at the Lady Cougars to miss free throws. Not exactly what you want to hear here at the Hut. Lane violation. It's a missed free throw anyways. 70-52 is your score. Obviously, you got Brenda Schlegel, who's the program's all-time leading scorer. She could be on that All-Crossroads League team. But I don't know. Skylar Shern, her guard's just so fast. Skip pass over to Becca Bucks. Sing it down to the block was Abby. And no travel, keeping her left pivot foot alive. Aubrey Wright's three-pointer, no good. Gurka tracks down the board. 3 minutes, 33 seconds remaining. It's Tyon McKenzie on the floor for the Lady Cougs. She too, probably the fastest player in this game. Blocking foul, gonna go against Bucks. It'll be her first, Taylor's second. McKenzie, just a freshman from Plainfield, Indiana. Brownsburg High School, the Bulldogs. Brownsburg, one of the top wrestling programs in the state for high school ball. Shouldn't say ball, high school wrestling. Savannah inbounding. That one knocked away by number 20, Jamie Netzler. Folks, we'll end this broadcast, and you'll want to switch over to check out the men's broadcast. Another three-pointer by Savannah Buck from way downtown. Savannah now with 12 points. I figure somebody's got to get it done for the Lady Cougs amidst that drought. Remember, at one point it was 42-45. Taylor outscoring St. Francis here in the fourth at 15-11. Wright, no look. As Netsley finishes. Netsley now has 5. Bradbury sitting at 27. Only needs 5 more points for a season high. Skip pass to McKenzie. Three-pointer. Knocks it down. Tyon McKenzie. Back-to-back three-pointers for the Lady Cougs. Loving that one. Entering today's game, McKenzie, 0 of 2 from three-point. She's now 1 of 3, shooting 33%. Like to see her hit another one and get that average up to 50%. Trap at the half court. Bucks finds Abby. As easy as it gets. Abby Bucks with 13. That ties her with her sister Becca. Miss off the front of the iron, Wright with the defense. Whitney will check in for Lady Cougars. 1:33 remaining. Got a 16-point advantage here for Taylor. Lady Cougars with some hot shooting there from three-point. Temple nearly comes up with a steal. Had 2 steals in the first quarter. There she goes. Shayna Temple with her 3rd steal of the game. McKenzie finds Buck out of the corner. Good rotation over to McBriar. Halfway down, pops out. Down low, Will looking for the putback. Becca Bucks comes up with it. Trying to clear and does. McBriar now 1 of 5 from three-point. Savannah Buck 3 of 6. Kara Gurka 3 of 7. Applegate 2 of 4. Lady Cougars as a team shooting 41% from three-point. Taylor at just 39%. St. Francis has hit 12 of 29 triples. Still, they're just having a hard time scoring in the paint as Taylor comes up with another offensive board. 38-16 is the difference in points in the paint. Thank you, Kendall Bradbury. 3 seconds difference between the game clock and shot clock. Oh, folks, did I mention Kendall Bradbury is a senior. I'll tell you what, Taylor's going to bring back a lot of good next year, but missing Wright and Bradbury is definitely going to hurt him along with Garrett, the senior. So jump ball, possession arrow in favor of Taylor. Becca Bucks to inbound in 7.5 seconds remaining. Netsley looking for point number 7. Happy to keep that pivot foot. Or not. Shot clock violation. Three seconds. Buck. That will not go. So Taylor wins it 74-58 over your Lady Cougars. We'll go over the scoring real quick. Shayna Temple with 3 points for St. Francis, 5 for Crow, 7 for McBriar, 5 for Hinton, 3 for Tyon McKenzie, Savannah Buck with 12, Kara Gurga with 13, 6 for Emma Applegate, and 4 for Whitney Will. St. Francis shot 41% from the field, 40% from beyond the arc, and a perfect 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Was out-rebounded 25-23 against Taylor. Lauren James had 3 points, 11 for Aubrey Wright, 5 for Jamie Netsley, 2 for Lacey Garrett, 27 points for Kendall Bradbury, 13 of 22 from the field, 0 of 5 from beyond the arc. And Abby and Becca Bucks both had 13 points apiece. They combined for 8 assists and 5 rebounds. For Kendall Bradbury, it's a double-double, 27 points and 10 boards. Folks, thanks so much for joining us. We're going to switch over to the men's broadcast, and we'll be right back with you with more Cougar basketball here from the Hutzel Athletic Center.